How's it going, everybody? I'm Steve. Welcome back. So in this video, actually, I have 7 new and used Blu-rays I want to talk about. These are actually like 3 of them are actually like 3 classic comedies I've seen. But it's been like years since I've seen them, like maybe since I was like a kid. There's actually one Oscar winner in here, actually from a very famous director that I've actually never owned before. And actually, there's like 3 titles I've actually owned on DVD before, and I upgraded to Blu-ray. They're maybe not like fantastic movies necessarily, but they're like kind of nostalgia for me. So can't wait to talk about these, and give me 1 second. All right, so you're gonna see the movie posters on my left. These are actually not gonna be ranked. They're gonna be numbered 1 to 7. I'm going from like the ones I'm most excited to talk about to the ones I'm a little bit less excited to talk about, but these are all pretty good movies though. But this first one was actually one my mom loved a lot when I was a kid. It's from 1978. It's from director Colin Higgins. The movie is Foul Play. This one's actually from Kino Lorber. Like I said, it's been years since I've seen this movie, but I love the cast. So it's got Chevy Chase, Goldie Hawn, Burgess Meredith. You ever saw he played the Penguin on the Batman TV series. He was obviously Mickey in the Rocky movies. So this one's really great, and it actually has Dudley Moore as well. So another reason I really like this movie is because my mom really loved Barry Manilow when I was a kid. And it actually has a song called "Ready to Take a Chance Again." And I remember that song when I watched this again. I was like, oh, I forgot about that song because my mom used to blare that like it was like heavy metal back in the day. So, and this he also has the song Coco Cabana is in it as well. So it just brings back so many memories, and it's such a classic comedy. All right, so the second film here is actually from 1968 from director Gene Saks. The movie's called The Odd Couple. So I had not seen this movie in a while too. I know I had seen it once before. It's been years since I've seen it. I may have seen it like once or twice before. This one's obviously starring Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau. I remember watching the TV series when I was younger, and I forgot like the theme song from the TV series is actually in the movie as well. So I totally forgot about that. But this one's really interesting. It has a lot of special features on this. But one thing I really loved about it actually has a Chris Lemmon and Charlie Matthau, and they do like the commentary for this, and they talk about in some of the special features they talk about their dads. And it's amazing how much they look just like their dads. And, and I think like Charlie Matthau was like a movie director. I think he may have like directed them in like one of their movies. I know they did like Grumpy Old Men at one time too. But it's just fantastic though. I didn't realize that Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau were actually best friends in real life. They had been like I think like 4 or 5 movies together. Okay, so this third film, when I put this list together, I didn't realize I had some of these like some crossover actors on some of these, and didn't realize I put them like back to back. But this one's from 1976. It's from director Michael Ritchie, and the movie's called The Bad News Bears. So this one's starring Walter Matthau again. Has a Tatum O'Neal, has a Jackie Earle Haley. Actually has a Vic Morrow. If you ever watch this movie, he was like the rival coach in this movie, and he was unfortunately he passed away kind of young, and really sad and how he passed away. I'm not gonna really get into like the details there, but you can look it up. But he was actually like the father of Jennifer Jason Leigh. Okay, so this fourth film was actually one I bought used from the exchange. It's from 1993. The director is Steven Spielberg. The movie is Schindler's List. This one, I had not seen this movie in like 30 years. I forgot how dark this movie is. It's probably Spielberg's darkest movie. This one actually won Best Picture as John Williams won an Oscar for the score for this film. But I think the cast is really the reason you really want to see this movie. Has Liam Neeson's really great in the movie. Ben Kingsley as Ray Fiennes. I thought that all of them really great in this movie. The movie's like 3 hours and 15 minutes, so that's why it's probably not extremely rewatchable because it's so hard to get through. But I definitely don't want to check it out again. I don't want to wait 30 years to watch it again because Spielberg's such a great director, and I think it's a classic film. Okay, so number 5, I bought this one used from Disc Replay. They're actually the same company as Mega Replay, but this one's from 2002, upgraded from DVD. The movie's called Red Dragon. This one's from director as Brett Ratner. It's kind of interesting he directed this movie because I actually think he did a decent job in this movie. But this one's, I think the cast is really what makes this movie really work. This one's technically considered to be like a remake to Manhunter, even though I think it's more true to the book, the Red Dragon book, which is actually from Thomas Harris. But it's really interesting though that actually the guy that did the screenplay is Ted Talley. He did the movie The Silence of the Lambs back years ago. So I think he brought some. I think it has like quality people working on it, and really the cast is really the big selling point of this movie. But it has Anthony Hopkins, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Edward Norton as Ray Fiennes again, and actually Emily Watson. So I think that's what the cast really makes this work. Okay, so coming in at number 6, I bought this one used from eBay. It's from Imprint. This is one you might understand. I probably rank this one really low for this director. It's from 1994. Director is William Friedkin. The movie's called Blue Chips. So if you live in Indiana, maybe you'll understand why I bought this movie. Like I said, I upgraded this one from DVD. I remember when I saw this movie in a theater years ago, I thought it was pretty bad. I think one major mistake that William Friedkin made was casting like basketball players and giving them like lines in the movie. And basically, from what I understand, Bobby Knight would not do this movie unless Friedkin put Matt Nover in the movie and actually gave him lines. And I think that's a huge mistake. He was probably the worst actor of anybody in this movie. I think as far as the players, I think Shaq is okay in the movie. I think he actually has some acting experience. I think it may actually be the first movie he acted in, but some of the other ones he did after this were even worse, I think. So as far as like the good cast in this movie, has Nick Nolte, Mary McDonnell, has Ed O'Neill, J.T. Walsh, has Alfre Woodard. Okay, so number 7, earlier I was talking about the original one here. This one's from 2005. It's from director Richard Linklater. Like I said, I was upgrading my DVDs, but the movie is Bad News Bears. This one's interesting. It's been so long since I've seen it. This one has a great cast. I think I definitely have to give this one a rewatch and kind of reassess what this movie is. Like I said, it's probably one of the weakest movies in Linklater's filmography, but this one's interesting though. It actually gets like a 48% on Rotten Tomatoes. But what's kind of really interesting is that Roger Ebert actually gave this movie 3 out of 4 stars. So, and it has like a great cast, and there's some like Oscar winners in this cast here: Billy Bob Thornton, Greg Kinnear, Marcia Gay Harden. So, I think as far as the cast, it's great. Maybe they didn't have to remake this movie. Like I said, like the original one's so great that you really didn't need to make a remake. But I think as far as this director, I have to give it another chance. Okay, everybody. So I really appreciate watching this video. Please let me know in the comments if you actually own any of these movies. Let me tell me what you think of like Blue Chips and Bad News Bears. I'm sure I'm gonna get some nasty comments about those movies, but obviously when you have stuff on DVD and you want to upgrade them, some of them are gonna be movies you really liked when you were like in your 20s. So they're kind of like nostalgia in some ways, but I don't regret upgrading them because I definitely want to get rid of like a lot of my DVDs. And even though I still have quite a few over here, you can't really see them here, but like Lord of the Rings, you can see Lord of the Rings in the original box. I'll probably never get rid of those, but and some of them actually, some of my DVDs have never been released on Blu-ray, so I can never get rid of those movies. But like I said, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing that. Please put a thumbs up on this video, and everybody have a great one.